The Farm at Lane's End, Chapter 26. The Farm at Lane's End is the story of English country life. Farmer Ken, his wife Jean, and their son Dave. In this chapter, Jean has had a surprise. Vocabulary: to carp. If you carp a lot, you never stop complaining. To ring a bell. If something rings a bell with you, it vaguely reminds you of something. "Well, I never!" is a phrase that expresses surprise. "For the life of me" is another way of saying, "Oh my God!" Perish the thought means this is a terrible idea. Plain Jane. A plain Jane is a boring, unexciting girl. And now here is the text. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Outside it is still very cold and dark. A typical December morning. Farmer Ken and Dave have just come in from milking the cows. The delicious smell of sizzling bacon is coming from the kitchen. Jean, too, has been busy. Over breakfast, Jean is telling Farmer Ken and Dave about the surprise meeting she had in the village. "I say, Dave and Ken, you'll never guess who I bumped into in the village yesterday." "Who did you bump into, Mum? Come on, spill the beans." "Well, I had just come out of the baker's, and there she was, blocking my way. It was Ann Cooper. You must remember Ann Cooper, Ken. We went to school together." "No, I don't remember Ann Cooper, Jean." In those days, Ann Cooper was Ann Linney. Later on, she married Brian Cooper. The name Brian Cooper rings a bell, Mum. Wasn't he someone famous? He was a famous jockey, Dave. A really nice guy. Lots of friends and very many girlfriends too. And for the life of me, I never understood what Brian Cooper saw in Ann Linney. Ann was a very nice girl, but never exciting. She was always a bit of a plain Jane. What did Ann tell you, Jean? Well, I never, Ken and Dave. Ann spent the whole time carping on just about everything. Everything was bad. Her husband, her house, her children, her life, and everything else as well. So what's Ann Cooper doing back in Tootenhoe, Jean? She's here to look after her mother, and it looks like she's going to be here for quite a long time. Well, Jean, maybe you'll be seeing her more often from now on." Perish the thought! I couldn't think of anything worse. "I say, Mum, are there any more rashers, please?" "Of course. And would you like another cup of tea?" "Yes, please, Mum. And me too, please. There's nothing like a nice cup of hot tea in the morning." And now to finish with, here are some questions. What had Dave and Ken been doing? What was the weather like? What was the nice smell coming from the kitchen? What was Jean cooking? Who did Jean bump into in the village? Did Jean and Ann go to the same school together? Were Ann and Jean best friends? Why had Ann come back to Tootenhoe? Is Jean looking forward to seeing Anne more often in the future? What was Brian Cooper? What's the best way to start each day? And that's all for now. Thank you for listening. See you next time.